Hey guys, welcome back to Draw with Sandee at the Little Artistic Nook. Today we'll be drawing this cute winter fox. So I have already mapped out with just a pencil the basic shapes of my fox, but I'm going to take you through with my pen now, starting with the face. So to begin, I drew a rough circle for the head, and now we're going to start on the left, maybe a little bit above that halfway point, and we're going to start to draw an arch in towards the center of the face. So start to just curve your line and then bring it down as if you're drawing the top of a heart. And then you're going to bring that point maybe about halfway down the overall height of your head, and then we'll curve up towards the right. Next, we'll draw in the fox's eyes by placing an oval underneath each arch. So starting on the left, I'm just going to draw a pretty big oval. I like the eyes to be nice and big. They can give lots of expression that way. And then we'll just draw a little eyelid by drawing a curve just over the top of the eye and extending outwards. And then we'll do the same thing on the right. This time our eyelid will just come over the top edge and out towards the right. For the highlights, I'm going to draw a big curve that's coming from the top of the eye and crossing through the center. And then I'll just place a little heart right underneath that and do the same thing in both of your eyes. And I'm just going to go ahead and color in around those highlights, and I'm just using black. You can use whatever color you like, and yep, just make it your own. Okay, now I'm going to add in the nose. So I'm going to place it so that it's falling right in between those eyes. So I want it to almost be on that same plane, and I'm going to find that little peak in the head that we drew at the beginning. Start with a little horizontal line, and then basically we're just going to make a slightly rounded triangle. So my corners are soft, and we can extend a little vertical line down and add in a little half smile. Then we'll add in those signature little cheeks by just drawing a curved line that comes all the way from one side of the eye to the other and wraps underneath, doing this on both eyes, and then just draw in some little eyebrows above. So our face is done, so now we can start to close off this part of our fox's head. So I'm going to start on the left, and just coming down from that curve, I'm going to start to wrap my line around the face, and as I come towards the eye and maybe the cheek, I'm just going to draw out little triangles towards that left side of my page and wrapping down towards the bottom as I come underneath the cheek, and then we'll start to just smooth out our line as we come across the bottom. I'm going to do the same thing on the right, so just making little curved lines coming outwards to create that sort of nice fluffy fur look on the outside edge of his face, and then we'll close off the bottom. Then to finish the top of the head, we're just going to come along the outside edge of our very first curve, and I'm going to start to bring that up and start to round across the top of the head. So your overall look will be something like a circle with just those little details. Then to draw in the ears, you're going to come to that part where that curve meets the top of the head, and I'm going to start to draw a slightly curved line up towards the top of my page, create a point, and then I'm going to curve the opposite way to come back down to meet the top of the head, and do the same thing over for the right ear, trying your best to make them about the same size. To finish off some ear details, you can draw in just a little triangle right near the base of the ear. Now since he's a little winter fox, I'm going to add a little scarf detail, so coming just underneath the head, and for me this is staying inside of the little flyaway fur on the side of his face, I'm going to just draw in something like a rectangle. So what you want to do is just draw a little line that's sort of coming down towards the bottom of your page, and then to draw the bottom of your rectangle, you want to follow the curve of your fox's head. You can come to a certain point, however far along you want it, and stop your line and then draw in a little square or circle, and this will be the little knot, so it can be anywhere along the length of the scarf. And then to finish off, you're just going to bring it around to the right and then bring the line back up to the bottom side of his face. Then wherever you've placed your knot, you're just going to draw a nice vertical line downwards, and mine is slightly curved. Pretty much if you draw a curved line, it's going to make it seem like it's maybe a little windier, or it's just a little bit of a softer, relaxed hanging scarf. You can add some little frill at the bottom by drawing in some triangles. And there you go, there's his cute little scarf. I'm going to draw in some lines on my scarf right now for the decoration or the detail, but you can do anything you want. You can do it later. So for my stripes, what I'm doing is I'm just making 2 lines that are close together and then just leaving a gap. Whatever you decide to do, just keep in mind that if you're drawing vertical stripes across this horizontal part of the scarf, they're going to be horizontal on the vertical part of your scarf. Then when you're all done in the scarf, we're going to draw in the chest fur. So I'm going to start here on the left, and I'm going to create those little pointed lines. So basically it's an incomplete triangle. Draw a line down and then just add a little flick coming back inwards, and then do a next one, and you're going to start to taper or sort of curve these shapes towards the center until you come in line with that nose. And then we're going to start to grow these little furry peaks outwards as we come back up to the right side of the scarf. Then we'll go ahead and finish the body, and again I'm starting on the left, so coming just underneath that chest fur, I'm going to draw a line that's coming straight down towards the bottom of my page. You're going to stop wherever you want your fox's foot to be. And then to create the foot, I'm just going to start right at the edge of this line and draw a little half circle coming upwards. And then we'll just close it off with a little horizontal line across the bottom. And you can add in a little toe line right in the middle. And draw another line coming back up towards the body, but this time you're going to stop before you hit that chest fur. And let's do the same thing over on the right, again just starting a little inwards of the chest fur there, creating your semicircle at the bottom for the foot, and a little horizontal line to close it off. And then we'll draw the inside edge of our leg here coming back towards the fur. Then whatever space is in between these legs, you're just going to create a slight little curve to indicate the rest of your fox's body. Now let's draw in the right back leg here. So I'm going to start pretty much halfway up the body and create like an upside down J or a candy cane shape that comes back towards the foot. Then create a little curve outwards or a little sideways J towards the right of your page, and then create a horizontal line across the bottom to close the foot and connect it to the front of the body. We'll do the same thing on the left, again starting with that nice candy cane shape, so creating a curve out towards the left and then bringing it back down towards the front foot, taking a line out towards the left and hooking down, and then closing it off with a horizontal line, and you can add a little line for a toe. And now we have to give him his tail. So I'm going to put my tail on the left, and I'm going to start just a little bit below the top of that back leg. And I'm going to draw a nice big curve that curves out towards the left. And then it's going to start to come back towards the body. And I'm just going to create a little flick upwards. Then making a point at the top, I'm going to bring my line back down towards the body. And I'm just going to sort of curve towards the head. And then we'll just draw in some little loose lines that will separate sort of the snowy white end of the tail from the rest of the body. And of course, we want to ground our fox, so I'm going to draw in just a really loose ground line coming out from the right side and of course across the center and out from the left. So to do this and make look like he's actually sitting on the ground, you just want your line to be a little bit higher than the bottom of the feet. Then we can add in some little whimsical details, maybe just some little blowing leaves that have fallen from the trees. Start with a nice curved line and then pick an end to make a point. And then just begin to curve your line back down, and then coming somewhere along your initial line, you can leave a little tail and then draw in your veins. And we can draw a little line next to our leaf, and if you just draw like a little swirly line, it'll make it look like it's blowing in the wind. So you can follow the contour of your leaf and just add a little swirl. And let's do another one over on the left. Again, I'm just going to do the same thing, so drawing out a nice curved line to start, and then creating the point to draw it back to meet, leaving a little tail, and then adding in some veins. Again, you can add a little swirl to indicate some movement. And then guys, that is your cute little winter fox. So thank you so much for drawing with me today. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, for another Draw with Sandee at the Little Artistic Nook, keep making art and keep smiling.